Hello students, let's see the continuation part of second chapter, capital structure. Let's see the significance of high debt equity mix. High debt to equity mix means in a total capital structure, there will be more debt component than equity. So size of debt is more than equity and that capital mix is called high debt equity mix. So let's see the significance of this high debt equity mix. If company has more debt in its capital structure, then it will get reduced tax liability. So I already explained while explaining merits of debt how the tax is going to reduce if company has debt in its capital structure. This is because interest on debenture or interest on debt is considered as business expenses. So, from the total earnings of the company or from the total profit of the company, we need to deduct the business expenses. So, interest on debt is deducted as a business expenses. Then, on the remaining balance, the profit after deducting interest is taken for calculating the tax liability of the company. That's why there will be reduced tax liability for the company which is having debt in its capital structure because interest on debt is considered as a business expense. Higher earning per share. Having debt in its capital structure gives a higher EPS for the equity shareholder because number of equity shareholder or number of shares in a capital structure reduces because there is what debt in a capital structure. That's why the shareholders for them they are getting higher EPS. So I already explained this with an example. So once again I'm not going to explain it because you know that. Flexibility of repayment. Debt securities can be repaid at any time when company has sufficient fund. It can be repaid before maturity, so that the burden of paying interest or burden of uh, debt that can be reduced. So because it can be repaid at any time. One single demerit wipes out all the benefits of debt, that is, the obligation to pay interest. The non payment of interest or failure to pay interest will lead to the liquidation of the company because a lender can file a case against the company for the non payment of interest and principal amount, and court may order the company to close its business or it may order for winding up of the company. These are the consequences when the company is having high debt in its capital structure. Next, let's see the significance of a low debt equity mix. Low debt equity mix means company is having more equity in a capital structure compared to debt. It is an indication that company relying more on equity than debt. There will be more equity, that means size of equity is more compared to debt, and that mix or capital mix is called low debt equity mix. Size of debt is low or less compared to equity. When losses are incurred, there is no need to pay dividend. This is the significance. So when there is a loss, that time for the equity shareholders, no need to pay any dividend, and they'll not file a case against the company for the non-payment of dividend. Even when profits are made, many companies reinvest the profit and do not declare any dividend. So profits earned by the company that is used for reinvestment or for the purpose of growth of the company, like expansion or takeover. So they will not go for declaring dividend, so that shareholders are going to benefit through the increased market price rather than getting a dividend. So that these things makes equity shares as cost free or equity as cost. Equity includes what profit and preference shares equity shares and reserves and surplus. So these makes equity as cost free because no compulsion of payment of dividend to the equity shareholders, and repayment is not there for equity. Whenever company goes for buying back of its securities, that time they can what sell their shares or return their shares to the company. Till there they can transfer the shares, means equity shareholders they can transfer the shares to another person, but they cannot be repaid by the company. A world of equity with no debt would become a world with no bankruptcy of corruption corporations as in the case of USA, and no suicide of farmers as in India. So because of non-payment of debt, many companies in USA they become bankrupt, and many farmers that they are committing suicide because of non-payment or failure to paying for their loan taken. So if there is only equity in a world, because there is no compulsion for paying dividend and there is no repayment. If that is the case, then there will be no what bankrupt, then suicide. Let's see, zero debt capital structure or zero debt mix. That means there will be only equity in a capital structure. Debt is zero. Whole capital structure is filled with equity, and there is no place for debt, and such a capital mix is called zero debt capital structure. So new generation companies like information technology corporations made their powerful presence in the equity market, and debt is getting ignored. So they are concentrating on financing their capital through equity rather than debt. So debt is getting ignored. There's no place for debt in a capital structure. The factors that lead to zero debt capital structure summarized in the following manner, that is reducing corporate tax rate. So nowadays in order to encourage companies, government is reducing tax, so that many companies they are having only equity. They are moving towards having only equity in their capital structure. Equity tied image. Companies that are oriented towards equity are able to raise enormous funds. That means a unique quantity of funds from foreign markets like USA and Europe. Their rate of capital or cost of capital, that is very less. So foreign investors they prefer companies which are having equity shares, or companies which are listed their shares in a stock exchange. Opportunities for mergers and acquisitions. Both the competing and other companies are easily taken over by equity oriented companies, because reserves are maintained in a companies, and that reserves can be used for funding these takeovers, or by purchasing shares. Companies can take over other company by using a weapon called hostile takeover. Other benefits, many more benefits like lesser risk, better solvency, etc., are arising to companies which are having low debt equity ratio. So here we can conclude that limitation of zero debt capital structure is very minimal. Interest paid on debt is allowed as a business expenses, so that debt reduces tax liability of the company, and dividend paid is considered as division of tax, and it is not a business expense. In addition, dividend paid attracts tax in the hands of company as dividend distribution tax. So that is our demerit of having equity in a capital structure. So when company goes for declaring dividend, they need to pay tax on dividend. Next important concept, that is trading on equity. It is defined by Gutman and Duffel as the use of borrowed funds or preferred stock for financing. Trading on equity means use of borrowed funds. Which are the borrowed funds? That is debt, which are called debt, debentures, bonds, and long term loans are the borrowed funds. Preferred stock means it is preference shares. So these combinations are called trading on equity. The presence of preference shares, bonds, and debentures and long term loan is called trading on equity. These securities carry fixed rate of dividend and fixed rate of interest. So there will be fixed rate of dividend for the preference shareholders and fixed rate of interest for the debt. When companies achieve a rate of return that is higher than the cost of capital, these securities will result in a higher surplus for the equity shareholders. Um and the profit earned by the company, if it is more than the cost of these capital, cost of preference shares, cost of debenture, or cost of debt, then remaining profit that is available for whom? That is available for equity shareholders. So they get some more what income, because there is no fixed rate of dividend for the equity shareholders. It depends on the their share. It is depending on the profit earned by the company. So after paying for all this capital, the remaining profit that is distributed among equity shareholders. So if profit earned by the company, if it's more than cost of capital, then equity shareholders are getting more. When company achieves rate of return that is lesser than cost of capital here we are including only preference shares and debt, not equity. So when the profit earned by the company, if it is more than the cost, that means more than the interest and dividend payable to preference shares and debt, then equity shareholders and companies are suffering, because there will be no money left for paying dividend to the equity shareholders. So equity shareholders are called what? Loss bearer of the company. They are the owner, at the same time they are going to bear the loss. So loss is paid by the equity shareholder when company achieves a rate of return, when company achieves a profit which is less than the cost of capital. Companies should avoid these securities at the promotion and formation stage of companies. So when company is just introduced or just promoted or formed, that time profit definitely it will be not high. So such a companies which are in gestation period, that should avoid of using preference shares and debt securities. These securities should be used when company is profitable. So after few years of incorporation, they'll start earning profit. In that case, company can go for having preference shares and debt securities in its capital structure. So by this, we're done with the trading on equity. Trading on equity means in a capital structure there will be two kinds of finance. One is preference shares and another one debt. And there will be no equity. That is what trading on equity says. In the next class we'll discuss about practical problems, that is preparation of statement of income. Thank you.